Jawaballs!
Okay, here we are. I took the liberty of going through and finishing up all of the gemstones. And I also gave him a layer of satin varnish. I use Vallejo satin varnish. Where did I put that stuff? Here it is. Vallejo satin varnish I use to finish my models because I like it. It has a little sheen to it, but it's not glossy, so it makes everything look, you know, like ceramite armor would look. Not too shiny, but not dull like you get with matte varnish. So what I've been handling it so much, the model, that in all the corners, on the tip of his boots, on the tip of his crest, the paint's been wiping off, so you have to be careful. So a coat of satin varnish kind of helps with that, and I can paint over the top of it, and when I'm done I will give it a last coat of satin varnish. I just pour it into a little bottle cap here, and then I just brush it on with a brush. So here's my experimental part. I've got this color scaly green here. It's a very cool green, and I actually haven't even used this color ever. I've been waiting for a good excuse to use this color. So I'm going to attempt to put it on the scaly parts of his little his draping garment that he's wearing. This kind of old paint. We'll see how it works. I want to add a little bit of coolness to accent the extremely warm color scheme that I've used so far. So here we go, a cool green for scaly green. I gotta mix it up a little. Yeah, it's like goo. Well, let me come back in a second. Okay, I've returned. I've taken some of my scaly green out of the pot and mixed it with some water because it was very, very thick. And now I'm going to attempt to lay it in. I'm going to touch each of the scales on his little garment with this scaly green color. Very delicate. Forgive me if my hand's in the way while they get the really fine spots. I'll show you what I'm doing in this lower down on the garment. How we looking there? All right. Down at where the rune is, it's very difficult to really even see the scaly parts, let alone paint them. I'm going to hit the rune with some actual blue. I'm trying to get inside there around the rune. Yeah, alright. Well. So there's my scaly green base coat on that garment. Next, I'll do a little stock green. Gotta find it. Just a little dab will do you for a paint. I put way too much paint on the brush that time. How's that look? Can you see what I'm doing there? This is hard enough painting this without looking at without the camera view. And to top it off, my snot green is very old too and very thick. Forgive my fingers for being in the way. It's not too shabby. While I'm doing green, and I have a few minutes, I'm going to get my goblin green out and go around and hit each of the little scales on his chest another time with the goblin green. I'm aiming for the lower half of each of the scales. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Oops, I'm off. That's about 6.5, 7 minutes, so I'm going to pause out here and come back in a second.